Yeah, welcome to the press conference for race 16 of the Repco Supercars Championship. Our winners, Broc, Feeney, Matt Payne and James Courtney, representing the teams, Jamie Whincup, David Cauchi and Tim Blanchard. Broc, what a sensational weekend you have had. Another couple of wins, pole position, extending that championship lead. I suppose, how do you sum it up?
Yeah, no, it's been an awesome weekend. It was probably a round that I struggled with last year and really tried to, I suppose, work on my driving to suit tracks like this. And to come back here and have 2 wins and a pole today was really special. So I think, not to say we're on the back foot yesterday, but we were close, but we weren't the fastest car. And then to come out today swinging and get pole by a little bit of a margin and then have the race like we did there, it was pretty, I shouldn't say smooth sailing, but a lot less stressful than it was at the end of the race. So great to have another awesome finish with Matt and great weekend for the team, that's for sure.
Jamie Whincup, on the team, there's one thing to have fast cars, it's another thing to be exceptionally fast in pit lane and then to have the great strategy as well. I mean, talk to us about the work that goes on behind the scenes that we don't see out on track.
Yeah, it's obviously a massive team effort. So I'm really, really proud of the job the whole crew did. But in saying that, this bloke grabbed the weekend with 2 hands. Like that pole up this morning was exceptional. Was the start that good, or did everyone else stuff it up? Yeah, that start was an absolute rocket. So no. If he single-handedly just grabbed it with 2 hands and got the result this weekend, which is fantastic. But tough couple of weeks. Then we've got Darwin in 2 weeks' time, so it's literally ride day tomorrow, repair cars. It's a tough little stint for the crew, but that's what we do. We're in the entertainment industry. We clowns in the circus did the best job we could this weekend in the fantastic weather, and then looking forward to Darwin in a couple of weeks' time.
Tim Blanchard, can you just talk to us about this moment for yourself personally and for the team? You were, up until just now, the only team that hadn't scored a podium in the Supercars Championship. So just what this means to you and your family.
It's been a bit of a journey. So obviously we've been involved in the sport and for a very long time, and supercars for a very long time, but really started BRT as it is today in 21. So it's been a pretty tough 4 years. Started off reasonably well. We've had a few fourths and got very close a number of times and never managed to kind of quite get that podium. And the last 12 months since going to 2 cars has been a real struggle, to be honest. And we've had some really challenging times, and to be honest, times where you question why are we doing this. There's other things we could be doing with our time, but it's James kept making me come back. So, but yeah, it's been really tough, and I think we've the last few weeks and last few months we've started to make some really big steps forward, and some things to be really excited about. And we were very fortunate with the way the safety car rolled today, but we kind of rolled the dice on strategy a little bit, and sometimes it's got to go in your favour, and today it did. And there's so many people that have been on this journey with us. So, in the last kind of 4 or 5 years, all the family and all the Cool Drive staff, as well as all the BRT team and the team that helped set the team up and get it going, as well as the team here today. So there's been hundreds of people on this journey and part of it, and it's one little podium. Compared to these guys, it's not much, but yeah, for us on the journey we've been, it's a major milestone.
David Cauchi, we came into this weekend, we spoke, I think, on Friday, and you sort of shrugged your shoulders about what was possible this weekend. It hasn't been a particularly kind track for your team the last couple of years. So to be sitting here with the result that you've got, I mean, what does that say?
Yeah, it shows that we are making, the right steps forward from a performance perspective. We had Tasmania here and even Darwin, where we haven't performed as well as we would have liked in the previous few years. So, but now we're starting to prove that we can have a pretty fast car at all events so far this year. Haven't always been the fastest car, but the team's been, really good at digging deep. Today's race was quite challenging as well. For Matt, we had a couple of issues in the pit stops. We had to manage some fuel, so we're starting to be able to overcome, adversity and still come out and get a result like this. And Kai, who had a difficult qualifying session this morning, he managed to get in the top 10 as well. So they're the sort of things you need to turn your bad days into reasonable days or good days, and so that's what we managed to do today, and it's really positive overall for the team.
Just coming off Fox now. Connor, have you got a question for us?
Connor, V8 Sleuth. James.
G'day, mate.
G'day. New Zealand, could you have seen, from where you were in New Zealand, could you have possibly seen a podium this soon?
It was a dark day down there at that time. We're half a second off the second last row, so it was, there's a lot of head scratching and soul searching after that one, like Tim spoke about. I think, hats off to the connection with WAU has really brought, sped a lot of that process up and helped us, and working closely with those guys and testing some things together has been a big win. The step that we had last round in Tassie and then this weekend has been really good. So the car speed was great on Friday. Still qualifying is still the bit that holds us up, and the race speed in the race and the racecraft and all that sort of stuff is fine. And today the guys did a great job with strategy. But yeah, it's been like Tim said, long road. It's been pretty dark without the lights on for a while, but we've managed to get the headlights barked up and heading in the right direction. So it's I couldn't have been prouder of everyone. I got so emotional. I felt like I probably looked like Woody with his first win, but it was me crying for a third was it shows how special it was, like to be able to deliver the first podium for these guys. I've had a pretty cool career and done plenty of stuff, but to be able to do that for JB and Tim, for me, was a highlight.
Did you ever worry that, you might not get back to a podium?
Yeah, look, at the start of the year, it was, we were always fighting and working and wanting to get there, but it has been really tough. These guys are stuck with it. We've had quite a bit of personnel change and shifting around, but yeah, like we never stopped fighting every weekend coming, and even at Tassie when we were, New Zealand, when it was no good, we're still, I got dropped in the mid-pack and I think I banged wheels with all these guys trying to keep them behind me. So we've got the fight. The fight isn't the drama. It's just, it's us sorting out the other stuff, which, when in no way are we here and challenging these guys every weekend, but there's glimpses and we're heading in the right direction to be able to, to go down that path. So as a team, they didn't build 888 in a day. These guys have been, so successful for decades now, and to be sort of catch those guys and be performing on that level, you can't do that in a short period of time. So it's it's a process, and it's cool to be part of it.
Tim, what does, even with a bit of luck, involved in today, but what does a result like this do for your team, going forward?
I think it makes a big difference, just because everyone a bit of confidence, and when you're having a bit of a tough period, the days seem pretty long, and you kind of the guys are working, girls are working really hard in the workshop, and makes it pretty tough when the results aren't coming. So a result like this, no matter how you kind of get it, it's just enough to give everyone a bit of a spark and kind of dig a bit deeper to kind of keep the journey we're on. So I think we made some good steps forward over the last 2 months to improve the team and move forward. And I think you see the results over Tassie and this weekend. It's been a bit of a step forward. We've still got a long way to go. There's no denying that. But I think this is just that little bit of a carrot to keep everyone motivated and keep pushing moving forward.
Just a little bit of blood in the water.
I think, in Tassie, I can't remember the exact words. It was something like, you felt pissed off because, you just missed out to, obviously, Maddie. What contrast your emotions?
Having deja vu. It's going to happen again. It was crazy close. If they did a 5-second pit stop or something, or didn't have to put in extra fuel, they would have got us. So, I was just out the front yelling as we're just trotting along at 80 Ks, and then thinking of Anyway, I was having nightmares, but we got away with it, and just got out in front of Maddie, but. Yeah, it's you say luck. It's not luck. It's part of the strategy. If a safety car comes out, we all know it's a possibility. So you have to revolve your strategy around the opportunity, the possibility of a safety car coming at the wrong time. So we'll go back and work out whether we could have hung on for another couple of laps. We're racing Woody, of course, so we had to come in at some stage. But could we have done another couple of laps to wait for that possible safety car opportunity? So yeah, that's what we'll debrief on. But. Thanks for the question. Yeah, it didn't come easy, that's for sure. Certainly not in the pit lane.
On a personal level, how excited are you to be co-driving with Broc later in the year, given the form he's in at the moment?
Yeah, super excited, and I think I'll only keep doing it as long as we get a chance to win, and as long as I'm the best option. So looking forward to getting in the car tomorrow. It still looks pretty straight from today, which is good. Don't I better not bin it. Don't go in the sand trap down the bottom of the hill. But no, looking forward to having a spin tomorrow, and Tail and Ben will be here before we know it.
And just Cauchi, in terms of I felt like you guys made really quick progress up into the upper midfield, but sometimes that last couple percent is the hardest bit. But why do you feel that you guys are now contenders every weekend?
We've been building to this for a long time, and the core of any race team is car speed, and so that's the thing where we've been able to go to more and more events and have a fast car that's then in a position where you're racing up the front. It's a lot more enjoyable than racing up the back, and you can run your race, and then you can start to focus on other areas of the team, because you need to have everything to win these days. Not just these days, it's for a long time, but to win you need to have everything going for you. You need a fast car, you need fast pit stops, you need a reliable car, you need good strategy. You just need everything because the competition is so strong. Any team in this field can win a race on any given day. And now we're just getting to all the other things that we haven't quite got to yet. We're getting into detail that we've never been into before, some detail that these guys have probably been into for the last 5 years, and we're getting into it now. So, yeah, we know where we're going. We know what we've got to do. As I think Tim said, it takes time. It takes a long time to build these teams and a successful team. It doesn't happen overnight. But I 100% feel like we are on the right path, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress.
James, days like this make being a racing car driver look pretty enjoyable. Any chance you're going to do a Russell Ingall and follow the retirement tour with another lap around next year?
The big Johnny Farnham? No, mate, no. I'm done. So it's I might be finished this afternoon, actually. I mightn't see out the rest of the year. But no, it's cool. To be able to, hopefully this can sort of finish on a high and walk away from it when you're competitive. I don't want to be that guy where everyone's quietly saying he needs to pack it in. So yeah, I think I'll see out this year still.
Was there a point actually after Taupo where you maybe thought you wouldn't want to see out this year?
No, look, at Taupo was pretty dark. But I committed to these guys, and behind the scenes, what you guys see is very different to what's happening behind. I knew everything that was happening and what was changing and whatever. So it's you have to go through that bad stuff to it's like being an alcoholic. You have to admit that you've got a problem before you can fix it, and we were going through that process. So it was always gonna turn. And yeah, I'm just super excited now for what's coming.
You do obviously have some other things going on in your world with real estate and potentially TV and things. Do you think you'll co-drive next year?
Oh, I don't know yet. Might just mic drop it and never be seen again. So it's I don't know. I probably it's a hard thing to. I've only ever done this my whole life, and I think to walk away it's I don't know. It's going to be hard because you sort of come into the sport and you're the guy that helps out at enduros, and then then you're the man and you're the guy steering the ship and calling the shots, and then to go back and be the again, it'd be hard. Jamie's different because he's the boss, so he can still yell at people. But when he needs to get the new tyres, he still can demand the new tyres. But I won't be in that position. So I haven't made a call yet, mate. I'm still get through this year, and then we'll see how we feel at the end of it.
Is there anything else in the world of motor racing that you might want to do that you haven't been able to while you've been a full-time supercars driver? Any other races out there you want to go and have a crack at?
Look, I loved the GT stuff when I was younger, doing all that, the Super GT and racing in America and doing all that stuff with that. So, look, I wouldn't mind having a fang and just keeping your toe in the water and doing that sort of stuff. I've got some mates that are pretty heavily into the GT side of things, and that could be pretty cool. It's all those signature events. I'm going over to watch Aussie Jack race the NASCAR, so that's going to be bloody exciting and fun to do. I told told him I might find out whatever the equivalent of the XL Cup is on that weekend and join that and have a crack. But yeah, look, I've had an amazing career. I was lucky enough to go away at a young age and do all that European stuff and have fun with all that. So look, I pretty comfortably take off my hat at the end of this and happy with what I've done and don't feel that I haven't achieved or need to do anything more. So.
Tim, have you started looking at who might step into that car next season?
And being dusting his helmet off this weekend, he reckons that he might come back out.
Yeah, it won't be me. I can tell you that much right now. There's the scoop. Yeah, like obviously it's that time of year where you start kind of thinking about what you're going to do. So yeah, can't twist James's arm hard enough to convince him to do a John Farnham tour, but. This stage, yeah, we've kind of got a bit of a short list of what we're thinking, but yeah, haven't made any decisions.
Broc, you mentioned before about working on your driving to try to improve at a track like this. Yep. What does that actually entail? Is it sim stuff? Is it Norwell data? Like, how do you go about trying to improve at specific tracks?
It's just, I suppose for me, I'm someone that's big that goes away and looks at what I do a lot. Yeah, I don't. I try and work on it during the week. I don't just rock up on race weekends and bring my suitcase and go racing. Like, it's my full-time job and I work very hard at my craft. So I just go and analyse what I need to do better on weekends. At the moment, I feel like a sim racer that goes racing on a couple of weekends of the year. So I do plenty of that at the moment. But yeah, I'm just working hard at my craft as always with the team. And just, yeah, I like analysing stuff and figuring out what I can do better.
And just one... for the team principals, James Warburton has been talking publicly this weekend around a plan to have a separate Asian series with Gen 3 cars, to have a separate set of cars and equipment based offshore. Just your thoughts. I don't know how much you've been briefed on this stuff, but a thought from each of you, maybe starting with you, David.
Yeah, it's a good concept. It's an interesting concept. There's a lot to flesh out if that were to happen. So yeah, it's another idea. I think making the championship strong in Australia, though, probably needs to remain the focus. Australian fans love our sport. It's the most premier category in the country, and we need to make sure it remains that first and foremost, and looking after our sponsors that invest a lot of money here in this country. So that's my view.
It's a good view. I like it. No, it's a bold plan. It's a bold plan by James, but that's a good thing. I think we'll be open to bold plans. If we can make it happen, make it happen. A 5-round Asian series sounds exciting. Put some turbochargers on, a bit of NOS, a bit of Fast and Furious sort of stuff, and off we go. It'd be fantastic. And some aircon, yeah. It's going to be, we're just going to go in the middle of the year. Oh, yeah, unless you go in the middle of the year, it's going to be bloody hot. But no, it's a bold plan, but it's a good one. Let's explore it.
Tim?
Yeah, just echo what the others say. I think, we need to keep focused on growing the series here in Australia, but we also need to keep an eye on growing the sport. And I think it's a great initiative. And if it's executed well, which I'm sure it will be, it'd be great for the sport. So a lot to work through, but excited for the concept.
Thank you.
I think we can wrap that up. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie. Thanks, man. Nice questions, everyone. Good luck for the Ironman, Ree. Good luck. Rip it.